Hello, comrades. Today you're about to get to know something about Russians. The idea is to explain to you some words, some definitions which only exist in Russian language and pretty much probably in Russian or sort of Russian-ish culture. So I have picked to you, for your knowledge, 10 different things, and I will try to explain what they mean to the best of my knowledge. Let's get to it. There's my little list. So let's start with something somewhat positive, because it only comes after you had lots of fun, including irresponsible alcohol consumption, or maybe responsible but too much. Anyways, let's get to it. So the first word is sushniak. 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 The closest translation for that condition would be dry horrors. I always keep confusing those words like horses, horse, and horse. If your English is your first language, you probably know what I'm talking about, so I still cannot tell the difference. Anyway, horrors, dry horrors. Sushniak is the condition when you wake up after a party during which you have been consuming lots of alcohol. So you wake up and your mouth is so dry, so you immediately get up looking for some kind of water source, and it is just not enough water for you to calm, to destroy your thirst. So you just drink and you stay thirsty. And this is sushniak. So if you are a responsible drinker, you would leave a bottle of water by your bed in case if you're coming back home after a party. So you could just wake up and you would not have to go anywhere, and you just reach for it, grab it, and drink it. Yep, to quench your thirst. This is how you say, Americans, quench your thirst. This is sushniak. Well, it can also be combined with some headaches and overall feeling fatigued, but it is only described as this one word in Russian. It's the whole condition and the way you feel after a party, if you really had some good time. Okay. Next one would be pretty much an easy one. So, in Western world, you would say a day and a night. And day would mean probably just the part of the day when the sun is up. And night would be the opposite, of course. However, In Russian, there is this word which combines the day and the night, and the word is sutki. Sutki, 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 sutki. This situation is probably coming from the fact that Russians use so-called military time, which says something like 2300 hours or 1600 hours, and the whole day is actually 24 hours, not like AM and PM, like 6 o'clock. Come on, what are you talking about? 6, what, in the morning, in the evening? It's dark outside anyway, so you gotta specify. 600 would be just 6 in the morning, and 1800 in the evening. So, to avoid the confusion, military, aka military time, in my understanding, is kind of easier. Is it? Write in the comments, what time scale do you use? Okay, let's get to the next one. Next word is... get ready. Кипяток. 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 Кипяток, 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 кипяток. 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 Кипяток, 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 кипяток. Кипяток, кипяток, кипяток. Кипяток, кипяток, кипяток. Кипяток, кипяток. And this кипяток means just a boiling water. However, it is not boiling like right now, so it has been boiled and it sits there very hot, like 100 degrees Celsius, and however much in Fahrenheit, I have no clue, and I really don't want to know. It doesn't matter. Boiling point is 100 degrees. So after you have boiled your water, it stays boiling water for about like a few minutes, right? So this specific state of water you call кипяток. However, it can be still boiling on a stove, but still it would not be that specific. So yes, people in different countries and cultures tend to describe certain feelings or some things that happen in their lives, like everyday items, even in very specific ways. Yep, and кипяток is one of them. Extremely specific. Next one is going to be a verb, and the verb is, just a second, it means to manage, to have enough time to do something, aka do something in time but not quite. So it's the description of a doing when you estimate if you're going to be doing something in time. It's kinda, it happened, but it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, I know, it's hard. It's hard even to explain to a English speaker. However, if you really into some other cultures, Eastern so-called cultures, the mind is a little bit shifted there. So yeah, just embrace it, I guess. Just embrace That would be my take on it. Okay, so the verb is успевать. 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 Успеваешь. Успеваешь. Успеваю. Успеваю. Успевать. 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 Успевать что-то сделать. To manage to do something on time. Успевать. 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 Alright. Let me switch my little piece of paper. Okay. Let's get to something intimate. So there is a specific description of a state which you might have in your life at least a few times, like 2 or 3 times. You must be experiencing that. Well, at least I did. Yeah, I think I did. So you can stop loving someone, and the process of it, I guess you cannot describe stopping as a process, right? So you're still moving or you stopped. So it's just kind of yes or no question. However, in Russian, there is a word for it, the process of stopping loving someone. And the word is разлюбить. 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 Well, now since I've thought about this thing, I still would be describing this one as the to be closer to stopping loving someone. Like you already almost there, but not quite. All right, let's get to some everyday items which average Russian probably has in their apartment. Yes, most of Russians live in their apartments, not in houses. This is the reality. Yep, and it's way smaller than average American house. At least 5 times smaller from what I've been experiencing here in Canada, but still America, right? Doesn't matter. Like North America is Canada. Oh, that wasn't funny. Sorry, Canadians, I love you. Okay, so there is an opening in a window in an average Russian apartment, and it's not the whole window which can be opened. It's kind of little hole, a little tiny window inside of a window. So when you open it up, you can create a nice gentle draft if you're feeling hot and you want to let some fresh air in the room. So you do not have to open the whole window, right? And it's not a slider as well, right? So in most of the American windows you can just kind of slide it upwards or sideways, but this one is like little actual window. You open it like this, but it actually just one of them, like this or like this. Yeah, so Okay, let's get to the word. It should be triggered enough. Alright. Форточка. 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 So you open your форточка to let some fresh air in. Yeah, this is what you do. Okay, let's get to 3 words. They might be connected. So, if someone is a high achiever, well, like a student with some nice and high grades, or scholar, pupil. You call them pupils in America? I doubt it. Sounds very British to me. Anyways, so if someone is a high achiever, you call them отличник. 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 And specifically, that student would have just A marks, not B's, not C's, just A's all around on every subject. Yeah, every discipline is just A's. So someone really smart or patient. So yeah, if you're not smart enough, you have to be patient enough. The people who have received some kind of degree or diploma would understand what I'm talking about. You have to sit your bum on your chair and study. Yeah, if you're not brilliant, you will have to spend more time. This is why you need your patience. Okay, I'm too much into explaining some mundane, obvious stuff, at least obvious for me. Отличник. And in the opposite of отличник, there would be двоечник. 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 However, is the official way to pronounce it, and in everyday speech you would say двоечник. Двоечник. So it turns into sh. Двоечник. 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 And that student would be receiving just ABCD, D's. Actually, in Russian educational system, in middle and high school, there would be not A, B, C, D, and F's. If you're really, really bad, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, двоечник would literally mean someone who only receives 2s, aka D's. Right? So, yeah. Again, you just describe a person like that. It does not describe the level of intelligence they have. They just describe their grades. So you judge by some virtual numbers a teacher gives. Yep. Sad but true. Okay, there's another one. It would be describing another human being. Let me say the word first. So, почемучка, 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 почемучка. So, this nice little multi-syllable word is describing a kid. Most of the times, a kid who always asks questions all the time. What? Why? Where? Though that's a beautiful stage of one's life when you are curious about everything and you just bug your caregiver or anyone around you actually about anything. And yeah, and you're lucky if someone would just tell you, why is that and why is this? Почемучка, 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 почемучка. Alright, and to round this up, I would like to share something I have got to know not a while ago, because when you dive into a culture, the more time you spend in English-speaking society, let's say so, you understand deeply how people feel, how they describe their emotions, and eventually you become to understanding that some ways to feel are different than what you have been used to in your home country. So now I'm going to describe to you one state which some of the best authors failed to translate specifically into English. So the word is тоска. 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 And I have never realized that there isn't translation of this word in English, like an exact translation. Maybe the feeling does exist, but translation does not. So one of the, I believe, pretty famous Russian authors, he was translating the literature into English as he was proficient in English language. So that would be Vladimir Nabokov. You may know him by his infamous Lolita novel. Well, not my favorite, but still a piece of art. Alright, so he has translated Тоска. I will give you a quote right now. So, Тоска is a Russian word, roughly translated as sadness, melancholia, lugubriousness, lugubriousness. Jesus Christ, I should have read that word before recording this. Lugubriousness. Okay, I hope I got this right. So, and he adds that no single word in English renders all the shades of Daska. At its deepest and most painful, it is a sensation of great spiritual anguish, often without any specific cause. At less morbid levels, it is a dull ache of the soul, a longing with nothing to long for, a sick pining, a vague restlessness, mental throes, yearning. In particular cases, it may be the desire for somebody or something specific, nostalgia, love sickness, and at the lowest level it grades into ennui, boredom. So just imagine the range which this words describes. And this range would describe actually how and why they say that Russians are grumpy, serious, never smile, yada yada. If there's such a vague restlessness, such a spectrum of feelings which you can feel, and they are just confined, trapped in this 5 letters. Toska. 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 This was a brief trip into understanding a Russian soul for you.